Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensa Carty.
So at the start of the day, there is a very interesting fact that we have to present to you, and it is this. There's a country in western Arizona, there's a county, I think it is, in western Arizona that backs in more than 4,000 hours of sunshine a year. Year-round, Yuma averages 11 hours of sun per day.
So their vitamin D levels are excellent.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
So we won at Miss JC's.
Okay.
We won, and yes, I have to redeem myself. So it was Shaniqua Lands that was the last Miss JC's for St. Kitts.
Correct.
And now Nakira, she won at least 5 of the 8 or 9 segments they had, including Best Interview, like we knew she would.
Okay, congratulations to Nakira.
Yes, and congratulations to St. Kitts. We're up and up and up. We begin now with our local news, this by way of a press release from the Nevis Island Administration, NIA. The Nevis Island Administration has revealed that on nomination day, Tuesday, July 26, 2022, 8 candidates in Nevis were nominated to contest the Friday, August 5th general elections in St. Kitts and Nevis. The candidates are as follows. Mr. Samuel Keynes of the Moral Restoration Movement, the MRM, constituency of Nevis 9, Dr. Patricia Bartlett of the Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, constituency of Nevis 9, incumbent the Honorable Mark Brantley of the Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, constituency of Nevis 9, incumbent the Honorable Eric Evelyn of a CCM constituency of Nevis 10, Mr. Rohan Alves of the Nevis Reformation Party constituency of Nevis 10, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge of the NRP constituency of Nevis 11, Mistress Patricia Mills Jeffers of Webb's Ground of the MRM constituency of Nevis 9, incumbent the Honorable Alexis Jeffers of a CCM constituency Nevis 9. All the candidates signed the statutory declaration of a person nominated as a candidate for election as a member of the National Assembly, while the persons who nominated them signed the statutory declaration of a person nominating a candidate for election as a member of the National Assembly. So congratulations to all those who were nominated in Nevis and all the best in the upcoming election.
Right, absolutely correct. This second one from the SKNYPA. The St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, SKNYPA, takes this opportunity to congratulate the candidates who were nominated on Tuesday, July 26, 2022, to contest the upcoming National Assembly election set for Friday, August 5th. The SKNYPA makes special mention of Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, one of its founding fathers, and Ms. Jacqueline Bryant, a former president who will both vie for the St. Christopher I East Bastyr seat on a St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party and a People's Labour Party ticket, respectively. Honorary members, Mrs. Akela Byron Nisbet and Mr. John L. Powell, will also contest the upcoming elections. Mrs. Byron Nisbet will contest the St. Christopher III West Bastyr seat on a People's Labour Party ticket. Mr. Powell of the People's Action Movement will contest the St. Christopher II Central Bastyr seat. Alumnus Mr. Conrad Maynard of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party will also contest the St. Christopher III West Bastyr seat. And yeah, that's a whole lot of information, which most of us already know. So
yes.
There you go.
Good luck to everybody. On top, we continue now. This from MSSKN. Premier of Nevis, who is also the Minister of Finance in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Mark Brantley, is praising the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union Limited for the role it has played in the growth of the country's financial services sector. The Nevis Cooperative Credit Union Limited, which was registered on July 25, 1972, and is the oldest in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, is observing year-long 50th anniversary celebrations. Premier Brantley said on Sunday, July 24th, at the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union 50th anniversary Thanksgiving service, and quote, "Over these 50 years, your institution has consistently stuck to the task of building its shareholder and asset base, as well as augmenting its financial services to the public," end quote. So once again, congratulations to the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union on being the oldest in the Federation.
Yes, indeed. All right, time now for a check of our local weather. It is going to be partly sunny with a 30% or low chance of showers, a high of 91 degrees and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. All in all, a very good day. All right, we'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Great news, everyone! SKN Moves is turning 3. And this year, we are going to celebrate bigly by bringing back the 7-week challenge. For week 1, we will focus on the importance of breastfeeding. In week 2, we will participate in the SKN Move Anniversary Walk. Week 3, let's watch the In Your Kitchen I Rep My Community competition finals. Week 4, a healthy drinking water challenge. During week 5, it's all about mindfulness and our mental health. And no, that's not all. In week 6, we will learn about self-care and management. The celebrations end in week 7 with the Caribbean Wellness Week activities, National Fruit Day and National Sneaker Day. Come participate, celebrate and enjoy. Join SKN Moves and let us move toward a healthier St. Kitts and Nevis.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue now with the latest in regional news. Former soca monarch of Antigua and Barbuda, Ricardo Drew, has proposed to Trinidadian soca star Patrice Roberts. Drew popped the question live on stage during his pre-carnival event, Drew's Day.
I'm going to create a moment, right? And I'm going to get on my knee. Where's the run gun? Where's the run gun? And I am in front of all my brothers and sisters. I'm going to say, Patsy, will you marry me? Hell yeah.
All right, so as you just saw there, Patrice said yes, after which Ricardo stated that she's now, quote, officially an Antiguan. Patrice and Ricardo share a beautiful daughter, Lily. Drew, meanwhile, has 4 sons from his previous relationship.
So congrats to them both and many long years together. We continue now with international news. This from the BBC. Gas prices have soared after Russia further cut gas supplies to Germany and other Central European countries after threatening earlier this week. European gas prices rose almost 2%, trading close to the record high set after Russia invaded Ukraine. Critics accuse the Russian government of using gas as a political weapon. Russia has been cutting flows through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline to Germany, with it now operating at less than a fifth of its normal capacity. Before the Ukraine war, Germany imported over half of its gas from Russia and most of it came through Nord Stream 1, with the rest coming from land-based pipelines. By the end of June, that had reduced to just over a quarter. Russian energy firm Gazprom has sought to justify the latest cut by saying it was needed to allow maintenance work on a turbine. The German government, however, said there was no technical reason for it to limit the supply. Ukraine has accused Moscow of waging a gas war against Europe and cutting supplies to inflict terror on people. This is very sad.
Well, according to the gas company, it was for maintenance work.
Maintenance work, wow. Boy, the bullies.
Well, there are always two sides to everything. I don't know what it is. I know what it appears to be, and I'm going to keep my personal opinions on it.
Wow.
All right, well, there you have it for the latest. That is all that we have for now for the latest. Then we'll be back with more Good Morning SKN in a flash. Stay tuned.
Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Today, the 20th of July, is celebrated as World Nature Conservation Day. This occasion aims to spread awareness about the importance of preserving the environment and our natural resources in order to keep the world healthy. Hortensia, when did you become conscious about the effect of human behavior on the environment?
I think I was conscious. Let me put an age on it. I would say fully aware at 10.
At 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think Captain Planet helped me to understand certain things.
Of course. Again, Captain Planet again. Yeah, we all watch Captain Planet. We knew. That's why I said that's when I became serious about it, most aware about it, and understood what part I would play in ensuring that I conserve certain natural resources.
Oh, absolutely makes sense. So whether you believe it or not, it's important that we all join hands, as Captain Planet did, in conserving our planet. So here's some background information on World Conservation Day and some tips on how you can help to conserve nature. The theme for 2022 is World Nature Conservation Day. Well, the theme is forests and livelihoods, rather, sustaining people and planet.
Yes, because we need the forests, because we need the trees to make the oxygen in order for us to have breathable oxygen. But then we have forests just burning up because of the extreme heat. So World Nature Conservation Day every year, the 28th July, is celebrated as World Nature Conservation Day around the world. It is celebrated to create awareness about the conservation of natural resources. Today, nature is facing many challenges like climate change, global warming, deforestation, illegal wildlife trade, pollution, plastics, etc. Wow.
Very
and
important.
I just made mention of that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Climate change is such a big thing indeed in our,
It is.
well, our ability to either, can we even slow it down though?
And that's my thing. I often wonder, they said, oh, let's protect the ozone layer, but can we?
I think it's almost to that point where it's not there yet, but you can see it becoming a runaway train. There are some effects that obviously we can't undo, but there are some things that we can help to stave off.
Yeah.
So
well, we're trying, but it's, to me, it's not. People are not taking heed.
All right, here is another tidbit for you. This day has only one purpose, and that is to work for the protection of nature. If nature is not protected, then no one can save the earth from destruction. So its side effects are just beginning to appear. Protecting nature.
I remember, I don't know if you saw when Brazil, was it Brazil? Somewhere up that way recently had a landslide, and the people on a boat in the sea enjoying themselves, and you just saw the big rock just fell right off, hit the boat, turned them over, but nobody died, thank God.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Very good thing indeed.
But you just see landslides after landslides. It's like the ground is not holding on there anymore. I guess they don't have the mangroves that we need to protect to ensure that the sea level doesn't rise. We're just destroying everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, man. This day has only one purpose, and that is to work for the protection of nature. If nature is not protected, then no one can save the earth. We read this one already, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think we did.
But I guess you can double up on it. Double protection.
Okay. So the purpose of celebrating this day is to lay the foundation of a healthy environment so that our society can remain stable and productive today and in the future. Along with this, the intention is that people should also understand that while exploiting nature, they have a responsibility for today and future generations. As we said, yes. If you don't protect it today, then our future generation, they won't have anything to live on. You already look like one of those movies where you're living on the spaceship and you're just hovering above Earth. Earth is just orange on fire.
Yeah. The day is very important indeed. All right, so conservation of nature is important for all human beings and their survival on Earth. Maintaining a safe and clean environment is the responsibility of mankind, as the Earth provides all the necessities for life, including water, air, trees, animals, food, soil, and minerals.
Yes.
Indeed. So very important.
But what are some of the steps that we assume? Oh, there we go. Look at me. Preempting.
Yes.
So how can we help? We can volunteer, attend cleanups in your community, and get involved in protecting watershed too. And I've done beach cleanups already.
All right, educate. So when you further your own education, you can help others understand the importance and value of our natural resources. So educate yourselves.
Education is important in every aspect of life.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So we just have to conserve. So for Plastic-Free July, let us start using the recyclable bags. And you know, I always am to bring my little bag that folds up that can hook, because I want you to see how small it is, but then it has space. We really need to use less plastic bottles. No plastic bottle. Well, no, I can't say no plastic bottles, because I'm sure it's going to come in somehow. Conserve water, and we learned this before, because now we're just on our groundwater.
Yes.
So the less water you use, the less runoff and wastewater that will eventually end up in the ocean.
That's true.
Yeah. But then we can get the water back from the ocean, but we need desalination plants for that. Wow.
Okay. So, all very important stuff.
Indeed. So we really need to everybody just needs to become one with nature. Have a moment. Become one with nature. Treat nature well. When you go hiking, take your bottles back with you. They're now empty. There's no more water. There's no load in them. Take them back with you. You eat your snack, take it back with you.
Yeah, it takes a conscious effort indeed.
Yes.
All right, so shop wisely. Buy less plastic and use reusable shopping bags.
Am I preempting these things or what today?
Yes, you are, indeed.
Yes. Take the bags. I think until a law is passed, people won't take that seriously. Or until they cannot get plastic bags, like Tortola.
Possibly.
Yes. So plant a tree. Tree provides food and oxygen. They help save energy, clean the air, and help combat climate change. In Dominica, they're replanting the trees.
Okay, awesome.
I think from the storm, they lost most of them. So they're doing tree planting along the coastlines again.
And hopefully nobody steals those. So that's great.
So we need to start planting more trees in St. Kitts. Yes. And as we said before, trees produce oxygen. And the breeze float through, and we get some nice cool air. And then we can use the tree as shade as well if we go on a picnic.
That's true as well.
Look at that. I used to love that tree in Independence, the big tree, when I was younger.
Yeah.
But now the big tree looks like a little tree to me. It's no longer a fun tree that you can hide in the roots. Yeah.
No, you're just growing up, that's all. All right, so use long-lasting light bulbs. Energy-efficient light bulbs reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So also flip the light switch off when you leave the room. Yeah, sometimes there are signs to remind us of that. Other times we're just conscious of it anyway. So.
Yeah. I think we see the light more in the night than in the day, because these energy-saving light bulbs, they're pretty clear. So you don't realize that your light is on unless you have a shade.
Yes. Yeah.
But you have to be aware of your surroundings and conserve.
Yes.
What about recycling the plastic bottles? So I wonder if that'll be something next.
Such a very important day, Cortezia.
Oh?
World Nature Conservation Day.
And I love the background. It makes me feel like I'm in Canada or somewhere, you know. Oh, cut. Didn't I?
Yes, you did.
So cut down on plastic use. Plastic produced products are non-biodegradable. Switch to products made of degradable and natural components instead. Yeah. Only yesterday I was reading a box that has pureed tomatoes, and it says it consists of several recyclable materials, and you have to check the recycling company to see which one will accept it. Okay. And I'd be like, wow, we don't even pay that much attention here in the Caribbean. We just throw it in the trash.
Yeah, we do.
We just throw it in the trash, so we don't conserve.
All right, well, that's all we have for World Nature Conservation Day. We'll be back with more GMS SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
Hi, if you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
not here and the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
Wildlife, and in this case, specifically birds, are important to us. Some of them carry out the critical role of pollination. The hunters among them enable population control in their habitats. And who does not like the sweet sounds of the songsters among the bird population? Today, Jamie and I are going to show you how you can assist in making sure our birds do not go hungry. We are making bird feeders. So here are the instructions. We were supposed to paint our box, but we didn't have time to paint our box. But you can paint an empty milk cartoon or juice box. We have a little juice box here. One solid color. So you can choose whatever color you like and paint your box. This task has to cut out a rectangle opening near the top of the cartoon. Jamie, don't cheat. Decorate your bird feeder with a marker. Poke holes through the top sides of the cartoon and insert a string for hanging, and fill the inside of the milk cartoon or the juice box with bird seed. In this case, we have good old rice. Poke a pencil in the base to form a hole, then insert a twig or a popsicle stick for a perch for the birds and hang. So Jamie, since you started.
Yeah, just in case you missed all of that, which is what I was thinking when I began to pick this up and follow it step by step as a typical guy would. You want to go over that step by step?
I can.
Say.
I can certainly go over that for you once more.
Yeah, men and women do
and
things
for those of you
differently.
watching us this morning. So you paint your box.
No, we were past that.
You don't want the paint, but I just have to instruct them to paint their boxes. So one solid color, or you can have a colorful box like my top. Then you cut out a rectangle. So Jamie, go ahead.
That's
cut out
the
your
one.
rectangle. Cut out your rectangle.
You're supposed to be doing it too, Cortense.
No, but I'm telling you it's all right. I'm going to do it afterwards.
Oh, you're going to do it
I have
afterwards?
close memory. Don't go too far. Remember, you have to put in the perch for the birds. You don't want the birds to go and sit in there and leave other stuff in there. So when the other birds come, they can't eat.
The deconstructed bird box. Anyway, let's go.
So then you decorate your bird feeder with a marker.
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
I'll just. Yeah, it's my.
And then you poke holes.
Decoration.
Poke holes through the top and the side. So make your holes, Jamie. Make your holes, because I'm gonna come
Through
and.
the top of the side.
Yes,
of the cartoon.
remember to hang it. So now you have that. You make your holes because you're gonna put it through. So one side, put a hole in one side. No.
Top sides. That's what
No.
it reads. Poke
top
holes
side?
through the top sides of the carton. Yeah. Top.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna put mine straight through and then so it can hang like that. Okay.
Wow, I get to use a knife. Awesome. Way to let out some frustrations,
And
don't
then
you think?
you fill the inside of the, or in this case we're using juice box, the milk
With
carton
bird
or the
seeds.
juice box
Yeah.
with bird seed.
Are we supposed to? Okay, forgive me, but I cut it out, but I didn't do anything with the string, didn't I?
Yeah, you can put your string in now.
Oh, we've got markers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's like
Yep.
magic. We've got
You
markers.
believe in magic. And then remember you have to put the hole for the popsicle stick. Don't forget that part.
See? There we go. So people actually make these things?
I think I think they do at summer camp. And this is a great way to engage your kids whilst they're home from school.
So cool.
Teach them how to do things. Is Jamie that rough? Is Jamie that rough?
It's a magic trick. It's
Jamie broke his-
amazing.
It's amazing.
You can't make this stuff up, right? No way can you ever make this stuff up.
Oops.
So Cortense, what are you doing now? Oops.
Oops.
He did it again.
I did it again.
Well, I don't want to do it again, so I think I'm just gonna put it down there. It's safer on the counter. I'll watch you. How about that?
You watch me?
Yep, one demonstration is enough. I'll color my box while you do whatever you do. And you could even use mine if you want, because I've got holes or whatever you call it. Whatever. Hey, it's...
My bird feed is coming together lovely, Jamie, I must say. My bird feeder is coming together. I think that I made that hole up tad big. Maybe I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out. Oh, for those of you watching us, you can engage the kids in this. This is a great summer activity to get the kids out of their tablet for a bit.
Out of their what?
Tablets.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Because their necks appear, their neck is down for most of the day. We need them to have their heads up. This is a great way to engage them by making a bird
Awesome.
feeder.
This is like a deconstructed bird feeder.
What does your thing say? Home? Oh, that's so sweet. Yours says home.
I'm improvising, by the way.
Yep.
We're so quiet unusually, so are we not?
Huh?
Are you concentrating on what you're doing here?
Yeah, I'm concentrating. I just thought to myself, I'm really concentrating hard. Listen, I'm trying to create the best bird feed ever. You know me, competition.
My string.
Although it's not a competition.
Listen, I don't know what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. We are not swimming with the fishes. We are building homes for the birds.
Yeah, we are conserving. Do you realize that too? We just spoke about conservation and we are conserving because we are using reusable materials.
Wow.
All of our materials are reusable. We're using the juice box, we're using our ice cream stick from our popsicle that we had. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Welcome home, bird. Look at my bird feeder.
I improvised a little bit.
Look.
So yours, mine is horizontal.
Yours is horizontal.
Mine is horizontal. And when I do it better and I hang it, I had to because I
Look at mine.
deconstructed
Come
mine.
and get it. Free 99.
It's supposed to be like that.
You see that, Jamie?
What?
Mine says come and get it. Free 99.
Imagine that.
Look.
So cool.
That's so cute. So now my birds can come and eat.
All right, there you go.
You're not untied. Yours look like a bird bath, but with food in it.
Yay! Bird bath with food.
Jamie's look. Listen, you know everything I do is a competition, right? So, those of you looking at us, can you let us know who would you pay or who would you call on to make a bird feeder? Myself or a Jamie? Let us know at studio@327.inc. Yes.
So decorate.
Yes.
You're gonna decorate? Is that
I
what we're
want
gonna
to
do
see how you're gonna decorate. But I thought I had enough.
You know what?
Okay,
Let me
let me give them some love. You know, I'm gonna
fix
put
this
some hearts. I'm gonna put some hearts. And give the bird some love, Jamie.
I don't think everybody gets this, but me with this
You want to use
pocket
mine?
knife. No, me with this pocket, guys.
So you're a danger to yourself? Jamie's too strong, guys. He is major strong.
This happened.
He broke his box cutter.
You're decorating. There you go. Decorate.
We love the birds. We definitely love the birds. Look, my birds got love.
What is it about Murphy's Law or whatever can go wrong, Will? Because I literally just started decorating, and obviously I'm taking apart
Oh my
the box
God.
itself. So hey, you know what?
Jamie, this
That's
is
what it is.
this is like Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call to make a birdhouse? Hortensia. Not Jamie.
That wasn't the line, but anyway. All right. So you say.
This is how Jamie's is. Jamie did the horizontal way. I did the vertical way.
Yeah, horizontal by force. Horizontal by force. That's what it is.
By force.
You say when? never get me near one again.
Ah, this is so cute.
So that's what it should look like. How cool.
So viewers, we didn't have all the materials that you see on that birdhouse, but we made the best use of what we had here, and that's why we're telling you it doesn't have to be an expensive craft project. You can do this with your children during the summer. I know they normally do it at summer camps. So it's a great little idea, as I said, to take their heads out of the tablet just for a few minutes or maybe an hour or two, because you know they love their tablets, they're gonna go right back to it. But at least they will be engaging in some arts and craft during the holiday season, and they can even go back to school and tell their kids, their friends, do you know what I made during the summer? Yeah. So a great way to engage. Jamie's like, There you have it. See you on the other side of the break. Much more on Good Morning SKN.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
I'm here to St. Kitts, Nevis. You don't know if I must represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface of the places to go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, furlough, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise. Mask up, furlough, sanitize. Me family fitting boat and you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love St. Kitts bad. Easy no man.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's time for us to loosen up. Today we'll be talking about friendships, more specifically virtual friendships. If you don't know, this type of friendship exists solely on the internet and seldom or never is combined with real life interaction. Gratia.
Why are you laughing at me?
Have you ever had a virtual friend?
Yeah, and I have plenty now. Some of my coworkers and I have remained friends in Antigua. As I said, me and two of them were having dialogue last night about the Miss JCs. So we're virtual because we don't get to see each other anymore. We don't get to go out anymore. So yeah, I have a few of them.
All right. I laughed because I thought, okay, virtual for me took me back to imaginary. So I'm asking you virtual, and I'm thinking, have you ever had an imaginary friend, potentially?
Yes, when we were little.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an imaginary friend now though, because that will be considered mentally inappropriate.
No, you just call them haters. Anyway, so let's talk about virtual friendships. Can these relationships be genuine?
They can. I have one particular friend from work. We make it our absolute duty to speak to each other at the beginning of the week on Sunday. So we say Happy New Week, Happy Hump Day, and then we're going to say Happy Friday and have a safe weekend tomorrow. So we've practiced it and we've kept it, and we sometimes have longer conversations, and yeah.
Virtual friends.
Yeah, virtual friends.
Interesting to know. It's replaced the pen friends we used to have.
Yeah, we're saving money. Well, not necessarily because we're paying for the internet.
I agree.
Yeah, so we're not saving money in any form, but at least we're maintaining our friendships the best way we can, because now we can hardly get anywhere to get together.
Yeah, it's also right for catfishing.
Yes, but if it's somebody that you know, so I wouldn't go on the internet and just develop a friend. No, because we all see when we do look at catfish what happens. The person or the picture that they produce to the persons that they're catfishing is not the real person behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So positive and negative effects of virtual friendships. As you said, somebody can try to catfish you if they're your friends. The only negative effect I would say of virtual friendships is that we can't get together. And sometimes you have so many persons to talk to that you may forget to talk to some of your other friends that you have maybe on WhatsApp, Instagram, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. So that's the only negative for me. But the positive is we can still keep in contact.
Yeah,
what about you?
That's a major positive. You can. Make friends with people that you wouldn't have had the resources to meet physically as well.
Yes.
You can engage with them about their experiences wherever they are in the world. You can share your own. So it's another form of exchange, be it cultural or personal. It's social interaction anyway.
Yes.
So that works.
And the younger generation, oh my God, look at them. As I say, a 3-year-old can now turn on a laptop, and we were at 3 years old eating mud.
No, speak for yourself, please.
No, I'm just saying it's something that I saw.
I wasn't eating mud.
But it's something that I saw, as I said, going around on the internet.
Should I get you in orbit?
No,
Dirty
no,
mouth. You know
no.
that commercial? Dirty mouth. In this case, it's a muddy mouth.
No, I never ate mud.
All right.
But I guess they were just saying how the children of today are so advanced that they're playing with computers. We didn't have computers to play with. Maybe we had those little toy ones, but we weren't even into those.
No,
we were into outside.
We had cars. We had those two-dimensional.
And the soldiers that never move. We moved them.
We moved them, and we strategized, and we had fun for hours doing that.
We played checkers,
marbles,
jacks, skip rope, hopscotch. Look at us. We were the outsiders.
Drop the ladder to my left, ring around the
I know.
rosy, and all
oh my
those
God, football,
games.
Cricket with a piece of wood and a bucket and
Cricket with a piece
and
of
a
wood.
cardboard. Yes. And we used the cardboard to slide down the Irish Tongue Hill. You never did that, huh? I did that even in my teens. I swear I was going to CFBC, and on Saturdays, I just went and slide down the hill with the cardboard. It's fun.
Yeah, sure. All right. Let's talk about the negative effects as well. Another negative effect would be the challenges that virtual friendships present to real-life friendships. Which is true. I mean, you might spend so much time in this device that you don't lift your head up to even check in on the people who are around you.
Yeah, or in front of you.
Yeah, that you have.
Because you go to restaurants with your friends, right? And instead everybody say, okay, we're here. It's time to put away phones. You just see everybody there, and they're just waiting for the food. And like, so we don't talk anymore.
Yeah, well, guess what? Somebody somewhere is communicating this. The device is much more interesting than you.
Wow, and that is exactly what it says. I have two groups of friends I go out with, and I swear our devices disappear unless they ring, because we always have some joke or something to talk about. So I appreciate those girls. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So challenges to real life friendship. What are the challenges? Busy. We're busy. What else? We just
getting together, the physical distance that you have to overcome, the coordination that it takes. It's easier to pick up a device than it would be to get in a car and go to a restaurant, particularly if you're in places that require you to commute for half an hour to 2 hours or more to see each other. So that those interactions wouldn't be as regular.
So these devices will or are the demise of most of our friendships.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's how we treat with them.
But as you say, we go out to dinner, we're all on the device, we're not interacting, we're not speaking. We have this opportunity to have a real live conversation face to face.
What does that look like? There are some
My
people
cell
who don't
phone
know
in
what
front
that
of me.
looks like.
Exactly.
What's
Everything. I remember when I was flying, it had this one captain. Jamie, when he says dinner, you better leave your cell phone upstairs. Not even he brings his cell phone. Does not bring his cell phone to the table. He says we're going to speak face to face. And I admire that about him. Because he encouraged us to speak to each other.
All right, so that's important.
Yeah. So do you prefer real life friendship or virtual friendships?
Well, I'd say real life is better because obviously I would think the end game of a virtual friendship, so long as you have the capability of meeting each other, is to at some point get face to face, meet face to face rather, and interact. So I would say real life friendships.
Yeah. I prefer a bit of both because virtual you keep up, so nobody feels left behind. And real life, we go out and we put away the devices, folks. We need to put the devices down and really interact with each other, really open our minds and ourselves to each other. No, you don't have to tell each other everything, but I mean, let's just have a nice person-to-person interaction. No cell phones, unless it rings. Or unless you feel the beep is important. Because most of the time it's just a notification of some sort to basically pull you off track of what is
Snapchat,
happening. Yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
TikTok.
And half of the things that we see on the virtual sites, they're not real. Imagine you getting a ping to say, oh, Jamie just posted a picture in wherever. How is that important to your life? It's just going to cause you more mental, how should I put this? Instability, because some people live off of others. Like, okay, I have to get there too because I want to do this. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's on them. It's not me. Hey, if I want to post a picture and you want to follow me, hey, do what you want.
I know.
It is what it is. And some might say it's their way of keeping up.
With who? Themselves?
Yeah, to see what's going on with you. And, you know,
No, that's a lot of pressure, you know. Do you see how real... Jamie, I think we had less pressures without devices than we do with devices now.
I don't think we did. No, I actually don't think so at all.
So you think we had more
the
pressures?
manifest differently, but I don't think that we had less or more.
I honestly feel we had less. Because our stress relief when we got home was Power Rangers, the television. We didn't have the tablets, we didn't have the cell phone. And then when we get back to school, we're excited next day to go back to school because we want that face-to-face interaction with our friends. And that's it. But now we could care less. We go to school and we have a cell phone too. And we're not supposed to have our cell phones, you know, during school time, but we're under the desk and we're doing whatever.
Yeah, I think they're important. Honestly, I do. Gives me a reason to track my child.
Cell phone?
Of course.
Oh, man. So how are our parents tracking us, Jamie?
Well, if you didn't check, I'm an adult now, so nobody's tracking me at all.
Listen, we had our own personal mind tracker. Mommy says school finish at 3:30, you better be home before 4. And that's how we got home. Now the kids lying all over the place. The kids just on their cell phones.
Because everybody's more busy, and the whole thing is that life has changed. So really, I mean, I could see to that point, if you have friendships with people in your community, then they would look after your child when you were not able to.
Yes.
But our whole economic situation has changed. The way that we make money has changed. People needing to keep up, 2 or 3 jobs just to provide for their children sometimes. That has changed too. And unfortunately, what you have as a result is, change in the way that we deal, which is why these friendships are so important. Not only virtual, but physical as well.
Yeah, real life. Yeah.
All right. So with that, we will be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Yeah, to continue our virtual friendship.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Representing for Good Morning SKN. We say good vibes, good energy, blessings and love. Voice rated.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
The continued fight against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Hi, if you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's that time for us to let you know what is happening. Now, before we do that, we would like to remind you to get your recyclable water bottle along with its filter from the folks at Expo. We were speaking of conservation earlier in the show. So here's what you can conserve. This is a glass bottle, not a plastic bottle. So you don't have to throw it away and you can reuse it as often as possible. So once again, contact the folks at ESPO on their Facebook page to get more information about this water bottle and filter. So now here we go, all aboard the sugar train. Did you know that the St. Kitts Scenic Railway is the last railway in the West Indies? And guess what? They will be having a tour of our beautiful island, St. Kitts, this Saturday, the 30th July, starting at 10 a.m. It will be a 3-hour tour that makes a 30-mile circle around the island. So if you have been interested in having a tour, if you are interested in touring our island's historic train, this is your chance. For reservations, contact 465-7263 or email info@stkitsscenicrailway.com. You can also WhatsApp 662-7623 or 662-7628. So go out, enjoy. You said you've never been. You should go now.
No, it's quite all right.
Oh no, you're missing out on the experience, the song, the sugar cake, the fruit punch, the bridge.
Yeah, I'm authentically Kittitian. It's okay. I don't have to go on a train to be that. All right, so the Department of Agriculture in Nevis will be hosting a fruit festival tomorrow, Friday, July 29th, starting at 9 a.m. The event is set to feature cake competition, mango ice cream competition, food and fruit sales, agro-processed goods, arts and crafts, watermelon eating competition, etc. Entertainment will be provided by DJ Woods. There will also be live performances by one-man band. Yes, that is a name, one-man band, actual name. I'll say it again, one-man band, and deli ranks. To celebrate the love of fruits, go out tomorrow, 9 a.m., to Market Street in Charlestown. Oh, for the love of fruit.
Yeah, oh, for the love of fruit. So, we are going to speak about my favorite thing, the Queen Show. Well, the JC's Queen Show. So the results from the 59th anniversary of the Miss JC's Queen Show are in. And second runner-up is Wenia Vanille, Miss St. Lucia. The first runner-up, Sharona Khan, Miss Trinidad and Tobago. And the 59th Miss JC's Queen is none other than Kira Nichols, Miss St. Kitts and Nevis. Look at her in all of her glory. Isn't she lovely in all red? And as I said, she won at least 5 out of the 8 or 9 segments that they had. She had the best swimsuit, she had the best model, of course, the best interview, yes, she had the best talent. She spoke to mental health, and we know that's something that's affecting our society, and that's something that is being made aware of now, so we don't call people crazy or mad, because that is not nice. So she won that, and she also, what's the other one? I'm forgetting one. What I said.
Well, while you remember, she's absolutely stunning. And a warm person.
As I said, stunning in red.
Great person.
Oh yeah, you would have had the opportunity to interview her before. So hopefully when she comes back, I will have that opportunity along with you.
Perhaps.
Yes. So we got the crown again. Thank you for bringing it back to St. Kitts in all its splendor and glory.
It did.
Yeah, that is so sweet. So what's next? I wonder what's next for her.
That remains to be seen.
Maybe Miss Universe, Miss World.
Hey, we'll wait and see.
I don't. St. Vincent normally have a show, but I think their carnival's done. I don't remember if they had it this year, because that's the year when Ian Tavian just took all the crowns and just nicely bring them back to St. Kitts for us. Yes, that was Tavi's year. She had no competition nowhere she went. She just cleaned up, bring all the trinkets back to St. Kitts. So that's left to be seen. I actually looked at the show last night on the ABS live stream. So, and I liked the setup. It was like a beat setup for the swimsuit. And when there were people there pretending that they were interacting in swimsuit, the guys in their swim shorts and the girls, When they came out in their swimsuits, they all posed as mannequins. They didn't move. They stopped the chapter. Yeah, so it was something different.
Nice.
And then they had something like a light team dance. It kind of reminded me of the upcoming movie Avatar. So it was a nice little setup. And I'm happy that St. Kitts and Nevis reigned supreme. So it's back home. Thank you, Nakira. We really appreciate you for bringing that back for us.
Definitely, Jim.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's all that we have for what's happening today.
Yeah, we got our water.
Yes. We can't toast with water, right?
We can do whatever we want.
No, but apparently it's bad to toast with water.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah.
It's not bad to drink it.
So maybe abracadabra into wine? Oh. It's still water. It's still water. So once again, folks, as we said, conservation. Take your reusable bags to the supermarket. Get your reusable plastic. Did I say plastic? Your reusable glass bottle and filter from the folks at Expo. See, we are so accustomed to plastic. We have to get plastic out of our vocabulary. Use.
Yes.
What? In Antigua, there's absolutely no plastic? And plastic is illegal. Wow. Wow. Oh yeah, I think in my outro year, almost everything was boxed. That is, yes, because after we had the guy from the sustainable department say that we're moving into that. But sometimes the box do get messy, so they need to work on the recyclable boxes. Extra, whatever the material is they put in the boxes. Because I remember when the boxes first came out in Antigua, people were really complaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seems as though we are moving in that direction anyway to eliminate some of these plastics.
That's good.
Yeah,
take our own bags to the supermarket.
Yeah.
That'll be good. And every time you miss your bag at the supermarket in the BVI, you have to buy a new one for about $2 US. And that's a reusable bag because they too don't use plastic bags anymore.
All right. Well, okay, at this point, what's happening? If you would like to be in what's happening with Future Theory, just email us. info@studio327inc. If you know what's happening or you know of an event or anything like that, you can email us here at Studio327. Again, the email address is info@studio327inc.com. And let us know what's happening so we can let the rest of the world know what's happening with you. All right, we'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
I'm here to St. Kitts, Nevis. You don't know him from us, I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface of the places you go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, sanitize. Observe the protocols all about. Be wise. Mask up, sanitize. Me family fitting boat. And you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love St. Kitts bad. Easy no man.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Good morning,
SKN, this is lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. While you can teach someone a cultural dance, what if the younger generation does not want to continue dancing? And while you may teach your children how to make cassava bread, what if they go off to pursue their dreams and never share their knowledge? While presently there are tailors and seamstresses who make costumes for a cultural performance, what if the art is lost before they get a chance to pass on their skill? These are some of the considerations of an Intangible Cultural Heritage, or ICH, project that recently received funding from UNESCO, the United Nations Educational and Scientific Organization. We will let Marlene Phillips, the Department of Culture's Research and Documentation Specialist, and Jacqueline Harvey, Acting ICH, that is Intangible Cultural and Heritage Secretariat Manager, tell you all about the possibilities that this funding allows. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome. Good morning.
All right, so let's talk firstly about the funding. How much funding was received, and what will it be used to do?
Well, this is actually the second time we've received funding from UNESCO, from the Intangible Cultural Heritage Fund. Initially, we were the first country in the English-speaking Caribbean to receive funding from UNESCO, an Intangible Cultural Heritage of just under $100,000 US. And it was a project that we did, it was a 2 years project that started the whole journey started in 2016, and then eventually in 2019 we got approval to do the project, the 2 years project. And then after that, we went through the different training process, and we said, okay, this worked out very well. We built capacity. Now, what's the next thing that we have to do to safeguard intangible cultural heritage? So we sat down, wrote another project, another proposal, requesting more support from UNESCO, and it just got approved in June, $92,000 US that we have received for a project that will start in 2023 to 2024.
Okay.
That's great.
Wow, nice. So what is the role of the ICH in the preservation of our local heritage?
Jacqueline, you want to be sure?
Well, the role of ICH is really to safeguard our St. Kitts and Nevis culture and heritage. Like, for instance, when we look at steel pan in Trinidad and Tobago, we can see that that's something huge for them.
Yes.
Now, here in St. Kitts and Nevis, well, masquerade is basically huge for us.
Yeah.
So we can now use that and safeguard masquerades and our other folklore troops or anything cultural and heritage-wise in St. Kitts and Nevis. Send this to UNESCO and it will be recognized across the world as our own.
Nice.
So that is really
Yeah, that's quite remarkable indeed. All right, so we're talking about the intangibles here. Can you give us an example of ICH in the Federation? Things that perhaps the normal person wouldn't necessarily think of.
Okay, well, we follow the UNESCO guidelines where they have 5 ICH domains. These domains are performing arts, oral traditions and expressions, knowledge and nature concerning the universe, and also traditional craftsmanship. Now, for example, I already listed what is performing arts. We have our folklore. There's also theater. With oral and traditions, it will be storytelling, but also traditional expressions like our local sayings, the way that we speak. That is also ICH. And then with knowledge concerning nature and the universe would be our herbal remedies, but also cotton and sugar, something that we had a long time ago. Traditional craftsmanship would be pottery, anything traditional craftsmanship wise. So we also have our food, our Kittitian food, saltfish, dumpling, well, something that one of our trainees who actually works with the guy, Miss Aksana, she covered the ICH elements of Mabi, the drink, the local drink, and also the cassava bread, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the cassava bread. And we also have the patch nuts, but most people won't think about that.
All right, so since she covered it, I know what to expect from her tomorrow. All right.
Indeed. So Marlene, you are St. Kitts focal point for the ICH, and Patrick Howell is the focal point for ICH in Nevis. What are your roles in this project?
Okay, well, being focal point for intangible cultural heritage, nationally representing St. Kitts and Nevis, we look to see what needs to be safeguarded. We work closely with the institutions. Patrick Howell works in the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, and he is the manager of the Research and Documentation Unit. So our roles are respective, and I work here in St. Kitts and Culture. So we have to make sure that the project is implemented. We have to make sure that we dialogue with the community, find out what it is they want to safeguard, and also use our expertise to share knowledge about the convention. The 2003 convention has a lot of mechanisms in it and definitions that we haven't been familiar with, but we have been safeguarding ICH for years. The Department of Culture was established in 1995, and it wasn't called Intangible Cultural Heritage, but what the officers were doing was safeguarding, preserving, documenting. I don't know if you remember Under Banyan Tree on ZIZ, a popular program that used to air. That was done by Department of Culture. It spoke about traditions, people in the community that were doing things to preserve our heritage, our culture. And so as focal points, we need to make sure that the projects get implemented, recruit the expertise that we need, engage with the community, members of the community, the tradition bearers, and get them involved in the whole process. The projects that we've done in the past and the one that we have coming up involves training, building capacity. We trained the tradition bearers with skills for documenting, interviewing, archiving, right? Using a particular software that we purchased to make sure that we can transfer all of this information and share it with the public on our website.
Well, there's a whole lot of information, to be honest with you. And you make it seem easy, but I know that it's a whole lot more to it than that. So we'll get into that discussion when we come back from this break. More with these lovely ladies when we return. Stay tuned.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in it. A happy place in the life if you live in it. But them a happy place in the life, and they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
So nurse, what now?
Let me explain. I'm going to put your feet in these 2-meter stands called stirrups. Your legs will be open, then I will insert my fingers into your vagina and make a check. After that, I'll insert this. When that is inside of you and open up, I can see your cervix better. Then I will use these other devices to help me remove the cells from your cervix and check for the cancer and the HPV. Just relax. It will be over very soon.
Nurse, that wasn't so bad. I thought it would have been very painful.
I am glad your first experience was a good one.
So, when will I get the results?
The results usually return in 3 weeks. You have to come back here to the health center and I will explain. If there's anything abnormal, I will make a referral to your gynecologist.
Okay. Can I get the HPV vaccine my daughter got?
No, I'm sorry, you cannot. The World Health Organization and Pan American Health Organization did a lot of research and found out after persons are sexually active, the vaccine does not work as well.
So what's the best way to prevent me from dying from this HPV?
Just what you did this morning. Early and yearly screening for the HPV virus and checking for changes in the cervix with the pap test.
How do they know they're not sick?
I know, it's really sad. In 2014, 1 in 4 women in St. Kitts and Nevis were tested positive for one high-risk type of HPV. And in the last 10 years, the number of women with cervical cancer has increased.
See what I mean? But it's good that you could get the pap test, the HPV vaccine, and the breast checks all at the same time.
Yes, share what you've learned with your family and friends. We in the Ministry of Health are encouraging women to come and have these tests done every year because cervical cancer can be effectively treated if detected and diagnosed early. So let's both do our part. It's time to end cervical cancer.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue this engaging discussion with Marlene Phillips and Jacqueline Harvey. My question to you, Marlene, other than the masquerade that I personally see being preserved for generations to come, do you think the other cultural, intangible cultural stuff will be preserved as well?
Yes, I mean, there's so much. You know, when we think about culture, some people have a hard time defining it, right? And you have to remember that we're a mixed culture, right? We in the Caribbean, we're mixed with African, and we're descendants of Africans, and we've been influenced by Europeans, by British, by French, by Portuguese, by Spanish, and that mixes up our culture. So when you travel through the Caribbean, you will hear similarities, familiar sayings, or similar food, or food is prepared in a similar way, but there are also things that are unique, you know, nationally to St. Kitts and Nevis. So these traditions that we have, and you mentioned the masquerade, and that is expressed through performing arts. We've got the clown, makajambi, etc. And we also express it through food, the foods that are maybe not indigenous to St. Kitts and Nevis, but traditionally, this is the food that the people eat, and how you prepare something, the method. This is intangible cultural heritage. So, you know, it's not, the performing arts might be the most prominent and visible one that everybody sees and knows, but there are other things. For example, I don't think that people generally look at our seamstresses, right? They make clothing, they make costumes. That's an art form.
Yes.
Not everyone is good at sewing, you know, or making costumes. So, you know, we've never done an assessment of how many seamstresses there are in St. Kitts and Nevis, and how many participate in safeguarding our culture by making costumes for carnival, costumes for the folklore, you know, craft. Again, and I'll use the performing arts as an example, or our folklore as an example, because they have tools that they use. The string band, there's instruments that they need to play. Somebody has to make that, right? So there's a method in making it. There's a particular kind of wood that would be used to make that instrument. So just going a little bit deeper, where does that wood come from? There's got to be somebody in St. Kitts and Nevis, I think more so in Nevis, that makes the quattro, for example. Where is the wood that he gets for that quattro? Does he have to go up in the mountain and get this particular tree to make it? So further with the environment, are we safeguarding that? Are we safeguarding that specific tree that he needs to make the quattro? Or are we just bulldozing it to make more housing development without any consideration or thought to the resource, right? So when we speak about safeguarding, you can apply it to many different things, many different domains. And yeah, ask the question, how do we safeguard it? And that's why we have to speak to people in the community, the traditional knowledge bearers. These are the people who are keeping it alive. But they're not here forever. You know, age, all sorts of things can, you know, take a person out of this world. So does the knowledge die with them? or do they pass it on? So when we say safeguarding, education is a big part. We want to engage the knowledge bearers to train other generations about the technique, the method, the music, how you play this, how you dance this, what do you say when you perform this art form, so that it doesn't disappear and become extinct. And we're talking about, can you imagine talking about the masquerade and saying, oh, I remember when, like, because there's no more masquerade.
Exactly.
But I can assure you it's very healthy. The masquerade is very healthy right now. There's an ICH element, but there are other ones that we have to safeguard before they disappear.
Good stuff.
Is there any aspect of our culture that's more at risk of being lost than others?
Well, honestly, we have the Maka jumping. We don't really see it like how we
Yes,
used to.
you are correct.
So we actually have 2 upcoming projects coming up. Where the first one will be where we'll go out, speak to our tradition bearers who deal with the Maka jumbies, get the information from them, how to make the costumes, the history, everything. And then hopefully in December, we will then take the information that we got from Project 1 and have a training with children from different schools in the St. Kitts. We will teach them the art form, the history, how to make the costumes, the stilts, tradition, everything, and then hopefully they can take part in Canada.
Yes.
So that's the plan.
Now that you say that, I've not seen them in a while. Yeah.
And we love to see them.
Yes, because they're a spectacle. These tall guys just moving through the troops.
Yeah.
I enjoyed looking at them. So there was a previous ICH project that was done over the last 3 years. Tell us about that one.
Well, this project was called Safeguarding St. Kitts and Nevis Cultural Heritage for Future Generations and Now. With this project, we had our launch at NEMA. It was lovely. And then also that we held a series of different training workshops over the past months. We had one where, the series of workshops was actually called Capacity Building Workshops.
Okay.
We went out and trained our traditional bearers on how to go about and do interviews, how to document ICH, what questions to ask, where to go, how to identify ICH in their communities.
Okay.
So we have 5 zonal areas in St. Kitts. They then went out into these areas where they do their pilot inventory. So they went to identify their ICH. And as I mentioned, Oksana was a part of that. Yeah. So we actually covered 8 ICH elements in St. Kitts in the different zonal areas and 5 in Nevis.
Yeah, I think 5 and we focused on about 3. Yes.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll be working on our ICH inventory list. Where we would do the same thing, something like a proposal that we did for the first project and now this second project, where we will try and get funding from UNESCO to safeguard these ICH elements in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Some of the elements were broom making in St. Kitts, cassava bread, doing
the village Sunday school,
peanuts.
We had the storytelling of Rambling in Cairn. I think that's something that used to be a festival like years ago. So it was really interesting. We also covered storytelling for the Shadwell Great House. We had the actors, the folklore. And in Nevis we had vernacular houses. What's the name of the cactus tree? Where he made drinks.
Cactus. Was one of the elements. And also Nevis pottery.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. Well, in our final moments, what can you tell us very quickly about how the public can get involved?
Well, they can get involved. Just come to the ICH Secretariat at the St. Kitts Department of Culture. That's at the Circus. I'm giving the right. In the Circus. You must see the sign outside. You can come and speak to us. You can. Information would be great. So whatever we get, that would be great. You just come. You give us the information on whatever you think is ICH, whatever you think needs to be safeguarded. Then we will contact our traditional bearers, and then let me use the correct term. We call it our ICH trainings.
Okay.
Those are the ones that we taught how to document stuff, so then we will contact one of them and they will go with you and document the research. Then we will then go and put it into the Past Perfect archiving software that Manny said, and then we can probably put it on our ICH inventory list, send it off to UNESCO to get funding where we can go and safeguard this.
Lovely.
And I'll also direct people to check out the website on culture.gov.kn. Click on Intangible Cultural Heritage, and also on Facebook, you can look for St. Kitts, ICH St. Kitts and Nevis. I just want to reiterate that it's a national project, so it's not just happening in St. Kitts, it's happening in Nevis as well. It's a collaboration between both islands, and we are very excited to work with each other. And we also, this next project that's coming up, 2023, is to create a national ICH policy to make sure that we safeguard ICH, the environment, the materials, and also respect for the traditional knowledge bearers. Part of the whole process is including them and making sure they receive acknowledgement. And when I say respect of the skill that they have, and we want to utilize them to transfer the knowledge. So our projects that we write are so that they will be engaged and be the trainers of the group, so they will be remunerated for their knowledge and their skill sets. And we really need to make sure that we keep this alive for generations. If we as parents are not teaching our children about the tradition and customs of our culture, then it will die, because there's so many other influences, and you can see in the young generation today who is not keeping the tradition of Kittitian and Navajo culture, right? So if you as parents don't teach your children how to cook that traditional dish, you don't teach your children about the origins of that music or even the history. And unfortunately, in the schools, we don't learn a lot about African culture pre-colonization. There's a lot of amazing traditions that are manifesting in our art forms that come from Africa. However, when you speak to young people, they don't think we have any connection with Africa at all. And that makes me very sad, because
obviously, I hate to cut you off, but this is why your work is so very important. So again, not our last discussion, because the work continues. We'd love to have you back and talk more about it. So Marlene Phillips and Jacqueline Harvey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ladies.
Great, thank you.
All right, we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Next, please.
Good morning, Mommy. How are we today?
We are okay. I brought in Bobby to get her first HPV vaccine to secure her from this cancer-causing menace. I'm just trying to make sure my girls have a chance at enjoying life, you know?
You look unsure about something. Are you okay?
I'm a little nervous. My boyfriend found a lump here the other day, and now I'm freaking out.
I understand how you feel, but let's take care of Bobby first. First, let me explain about this vaccine, the HPV vaccine. The HPV vaccine protects both boys and girls. This vaccine can prevent most cases of cervical cancer and some cases of sexually transmitted infections. Mommy, that's it for Bobby. Can we talk privately for a few minutes? It's really good that you told me about your boyfriend finding the love. I'm glad that you weren't too scared. Mommy, when was the last checkup? I mean, which includes your breast examination and the pap smear.
Honestly, I don't know anything about pap smears. Is that something you do during childbirth? Because if that's the case, I would have done it twice, right?
A pap smear is an examination of your vagina and pelvis area. It should be done for females between the ages 18 to 69 at least once a year. The World Health Organization recommends that the doctor or nurse that is doing the examination remove the cells from the cervix and check for any abnormal cells, cancer, and the human papillomavirus, which causes cervical cancer. If females get regular tests, anything unusual or abnormal can be treated and seen in its early stages. The girls are being vaccinated before age 30 to reduce the risk of getting cervical cancer. Women tested early and girls vaccinated can help us end cervical cancer. Don't be afraid. It's a simple examination which will be over very soon. Come on, let's get tested.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup. We are Salt Smart.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. Wada.
And we're back in Good Morning SKN. In celebration of the Culturama festivities, we thought it appropriate to look at one of the cultural troupes that perform on both islands. The bull, yes, he sometimes strikes fear in the hearts of children and sometimes women. Today we have with us representatives from the St. Peter's Bull Troupe, Adian Hendrickson, Isis Phipps, and the bull himself, Jermal Jules. Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. All right. So my question right off the bat, who taught you how to play bull?
Well, since small, it was a Zach.
Okay.
Start out with Zach first.
Okay.
As a small in primary school,
Okay.
start out with Zach.
Okay.
And from that,
You
they
stuck with
just
it.
me.
So are you teaching any other youth to play the bull?
Well, I got my boss man here.
Okay.
He got a next little bull there, just give them I want to teach them the same mistake.
Okay. All righty.
All right, so as quickly as you can, what can you tell us about the story behind the bull and how it became part of our culture? Any of you? Aiden, you want to take that?
Yes, the bull troupe, the bull story originated on the Belmont estate. Okay, the story was basically a mock of what actually transpired on the Belmont estate between Mr. Davis and the bull, his bull. And the story goes that he had a bull, a prize bull. It was a red pole bull, and the red pole bull got sick, and so he called in the magical doctor, which those kind of doctor, and somehow he revived the bull, and that is where the whole story came about.
Fascinating.
So why do you think the story became folklore and there is such an attraction? Isis?
Well, back in the days, people, because they had no TV and all of that stuff, they had to find something entertaining to do. So they would use things that happen in real life and turn it into a skit or play or something. So the bull, that whole incident that happened with the bull, they just used it as a skit. And it continued in our culture until today.
Good stuff.
So is it something that you would encourage the younger generation to continue?
Yes, as Mr. Jules was saying that we have a younger bull, which is the St. Peter's Explorers Bull Troupe.
Okay.
So that is one way we could pass on the art form to generations.
Do you know if there is a bull troupe in Nevis as well, or because, as we said earlier, you perform in both islands?
Well, there is one that is coming on stream.
Okay.
His name is Rocco Brown. He just won the Mr. Cool competition.
Okay.
So he is supposed to be starting a bull troupe in Nevis with our help. Because he's one of our brothers.
Okay, nice.
Per se, Yeah.
Good stuff, good stuff. So the heritage will live on in Nevis. Yes.
All right, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back. Yeah, we'll see the bull. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
We'll come back. Stay tuned.
各位朋友，大家好。Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango.
Good morning. This is Kayana Paris and support from Paris Lamont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning SKN. I'm about to get out of the way because Jamel Jules is here as the bull. Take it away. Jamal, that was great.
Yeah.
And you know what, it was great indeed. And when we see you guys on the streets,
yes,
even better. Thank you for coming today, sharing this with us. We just have a little bit of time left. We want to say, and you're going to say it with us, goodbye. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Good Morning SKN. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook, social media, and Instagram. Our handle is Studio327INC. Like, subscribe, follow, and share.
Yes, and remember to leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And this is where we will say see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. That's Friday morning when you will begin your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN, where there's a little bit of everything for everyone. Have a great day, guys. And thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.